All right. Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I know there's a lot of things you can do here, and I appreciate you coming to this panel and saying hello and hanging out for a little while. What I've got is some audio and video and photos and things like that, and they're working out all the technical kinks on that. Sometimes the connector is all you need. But I'm Todd Haberkorn. I have some clips of stuff. There are people that, obviously a lot of people that don't know shows that I've done just by name, though, or by name. Some of them are Hero, Sergeant Frog. We're going to start working on that soon, hopefully. Alan Walker and Dean Rayman. People walking around and Black Order people. I saw Millennium Earl, that was cool. There's also, let's see, Dan the Kid and Soul Eater. So if you guys are around at 5:30, we'll be doing a live dubbing panel and giving away Volume 2 of Soul Eaters and also some other swag and things like that. Let's see, what are some other things? Watanuki and Pollock. Hikaru, Oran High School Host Club. Yowie-tastic. And then, I guess, let's see, what else? Rocky and Claymore. I was going to stand about right here, but I don't like how that bulb is like as bright as the sun. So I'm going to stay up here. And then I guess Suzuka, Yamato Suzuka was a lot of fun. But this is my third year to be here. I'm having a blast, having a great time. I love Seattle. This is my favorite convention. So even if other conventions ask me what my favorite con is and they expect me to say theirs, I always say this one. I love this city. I would live here. If it were a big voice acting community instead of a gaming community, I would totally already be here. But how many people have traveled from the East Coast to be here this weekend? Anybody? Because I know there were some people that did it. So everyone's kind of local around here, hanging out here close by. Is that okay? Okay, good.
Thanks.
Okay, well good. It would make me feel better. That's good. That's good. Because if you're from the East Coast and like, I'm sorry, I disappoint you so much. I'm sorry. Again, thank you for being here. I guess what I'll do is while we're getting all this together, of course I will answer any questions that you may have. But I'll go into a little bit of how I got started and what I do when I'm not in the booth and looking like the characters that I voice. I got started. I went to SMU, which is in the program, Southern Methodist University. That doesn't mean I'm a Methodist, it's just the name of the school, and I just went there because it's the only one that took me. So I went there and I graduated from the theater department. Really, really cool school, really tough school. It's fun to watch a lot of the people that I graduated with going off and doing things like having bands and being in movies and being in, what else? Just everything, watching them do their thing and being out there in the world. Had a lot of great teachers. When I was a kid, I got into acting because when I was a kid I did a musical and I loved it. And I was a little cowboy and I died on stage and I was on stage for like a second, but I really enjoyed it. When I was a little boy, everyone made fun of my voice all my life. Like adults, kids, well I was a kid so it was cool. It wasn't like little kids making fun of my voice now, but little kids were making fun of my voice all my life and I never thought that I grew up to be in this industry. So while other people were like outside playing sports and stuff, I did a little bit of that, but I was in my room doing impressions of movies that I liked and like doing all the voices, and so if you're like coming up to my room and listening in the door, you would hear like Indiana Jones being redone and all this stuff, Star Wars of course, all these things. And so I didn't know that I would one day grow up and do that and be able to do this. I'm very, very fortunate for that, and I think that's fantastic. I love it. So when I was in college, I did theater, obviously. I did theater before that, up until that. When I was in college, I branched off and did movies and commercials and little television here and there, a lot of industrials, things like that. Because a lot of times working actors can't just do one thing, we gotta do a ton of things. So we do industrials, we do so when you see, if you ever have to, how many people received a speeding ticket? Okay, don't lie. How many people? Raise those hands. Thank you. Okay. When you receive a speeding ticket, you do your online course training, like the DMV core stuff, those are industrial. So you wouldn't be surprised to see that Jane on the table and hello. So you've got the ticket. Well, let me tell you how to, we do those things so you get a supplement. So that's why a lot of people at Funimation, they write our shows, they direct, they line space, they voice, because it's really hard to do one thing, and there's a very small percentage that can. So we do that. Dallas is a big area for commercials and industrials. I live in Texas now because my son lives there, and so I gotta stay close to him. But also because Funimation is there. A lot of people are wondering if they move down by that area, can they start working with Funimation? And you may be able to, you may not be able to. It depends on where your talents lie. Do you lie behind the mic, and are you good behind the mic, or should you be in the production side, like working in marketing and creative managing, things like that? But if you don't live by Funimation, it's harder. It is harder. The people that don't live by Funimation have used to, and so they're known by the company, so they're able to come back and forth. So keep that in mind before thinking of picking up a movie, which you totally can do. Just saying, in regards to Funimation, that But there's other voiceover work, obviously. There's commercials, there's radio stuff. I don't think people realize the amount of VO that's out there in films. And like the movie trailer guy, what a sweet job that would be. To come in and do a trailer. And then I'm done. That would be awesome. But we can't all be that dude. Or The Simpsons, that would be sweet. They record like 4 hours a day and they're done. That would be awesome. Like I get lazy when I do prelay stuff, which is not having to match flaps. And you just do, you just read the page. I think this is so awesome. I'm just getting to read. I don't have to look at the screen or anything. That's a lot of fun. But yeah, the reason it takes us a long time to do the shows is because obviously we have to fit the flaps and fit things in the flaps and create the character in the flaps. So I do that. I'm also a producer with a film company and getting ready to produce a feature later this summer. And I produce, again, industrials, commercials, things like that, to stay busy and to make my employees happy. So, what else is going on with it? We just try to do everything. Vacation in our business is not good. So if you're like, oh, hey, getting a little break from work, and we're crying, you know why? Because we're on vacation, we're not working. So there's no retirement plan for this job. So I guess that's the trade-off of doing what you love, I guess, unless you love being a doctor, which I wish I loved being a doctor. My mom does too. Still. Even though I'm like, oh mom, I'm in Canada at a convention, isn't this awesome? She's like, I wish you would have been a doctor. So, hey, how you doing? There he is. So, but yeah, so a lot of my time is taken up trying to find that job. Because a lot of times people ask, why did you go into voice acting? Why did you do this? I didn't choose to. It was an audition that I did okay with, I guess, and then we just kind of got married, voice acting and I. We've been together ever since. We have, I guess at this point, over 50 lovely children. I'm very happy about. They've got brothers and sisters, like video games and things like that, and movies. So we're very excited. We're a big happy family. But we're always looking for that next job. Like a lot of my friends that work out on the East Coast and the West Coast, like a buddy of mine is like, oh, I just got back from India. We were filming there for 6 weeks. It was great. The DVD's coming out. It's going to be in theaters. And I'm like, what are you doing right now? He goes, I'm at an audition. So it's like he's always working. The people on the East Coast, I know, they're on Broadway. They're doing shows starring on Broadway. And when they're not doing the show, they're like, I'm at an audition. I'm trying to get work. So it's a very nomadic, it can be very nomadic lifestyle. A lot of times actors, the reason we're kind of ADD and our attention span is such is because we don't have typically the classic 9 to 5, like forever for 20 years. That's kind of unheard of. It's like we do a project and then we go to the next one. We do a project, we go to the next one. So that's our lot in life. Let me see. Let me get this setting right here. Is it now working? What's the hotkey? You can be the hotkey.